You are in the kitchen when you suddenly hear a constant clattering and hissing sound. It startles you, maybe even makes you a little frightened. But don't worry just ye. It may simply be the sound of a pressure cooker at work. From the outside, it does not look much different from an ordinary pot. But once the lid is locked tight and the temperature begins to rise, everything inside changes. Inside that sealed pot, water and steam are doing something an ordinary pot cannot do. If boiling water usually stays at around 100 degrees Celsius, why can a pressure cooker make tough meat soften so much faster? With the same water, the same heat source, and a locked lid. How does it work? To understand that, we have to begin with the most familiar scene in the kitchen, a pot of boiling water. Let's get into it right here on Secrets of Simple Things. Why a normal pot has a limit. In an open pot, water seems simple. You add heat, the temperature rises, and when it reaches about 100 degrees Celsius, the water begins to boil. At that point, it feels as if more flame should mean hotter water. But once water is boiling, most of the extra energy no longer raises the liquid temperature. It goes into changing liquid water into steam. The bubbles rise, the steam escapes, and the pressure around the water stays almost the same as the air pressure in the room. That means a regular pot has a natural ceiling. You can make the boil look more violent, but the liquid itself is still held close to that boiling point. So boiling is not just a sign that cooking has become intense. In a normal pot, boiling is also a boundary. A pressure cooker does not cross that boundary by using stronger fire. It does something more subtle. It makes it harder for steam to leave. The sealed world, under the lid. The most important feature of a pressure cooker is not heat. It is the sealed environment. When you lock the lid in place, you are not simply covering the pot. You are creating a small steam chamber. The water inside still heats up in the ordinary way. At first, the water heats up, forms steam, and begins building pressure. But unlike in an open pot, that steam cannot drift freely into the kitchen. Imagine a crowd inside a room with no easy exit. As more people enter, the room feels more packed. In a pressure cooker, as more water becomes steam, the space inside does not expand. So the steam pushes harder against the walls, the lid, the food, the gasket, and the valve. That constant push is pressure. It is not mysterious, and it does not appear from nothing. It is created by three ordinary things working together: water, heat, and a lid tight enough to hold the steam inside. But pressure alone is not the whole story. What matters most is what that pressure does to boiling itself. When pressure raises the boiling point. We often talk about water as if its boiling point is fixed. Water boils at 100 degrees Celsius. That is the number most people remember. But that number depends on the pressure around the water. Change the pressure, and the boiling point changes too. In an open pot, steam can escape as soon as water has enough energy to become vapor. That keeps the pressure normal, so the boiling point stays around 100 degrees Celsius. Inside a pressure cooker, steam is held back. Pressure rises. Under higher pressure, water has a harder time turning into vapor, so it can remain liquid at a hotter temperature. Depending on the cooker, the temperature inside may rise to around 115 to 121 degrees Celsius, sometimes higher in certain designs. That may not sound huge, but in cooking, an extra 20 degrees can change everything. Processes that once took hours begin to move faster. This is where a common misunderstanding disappears. A pressure cooker is not crushing food until it becomes soft. The pressure matters because it allows a hotter cooking environment to exist. A normal pot is trapped by the usual limit of boiling water. A pressure cooker lifts that limit, and food begins to change more quickly. Why food cooks faster inside it. The foods that benefit most are usually the ones that demand patience. A tough cut of beef, for example, is not tough simply because it is not hot enough. It is tough because its structure needs time to change. Connective tissue has to soften. Collagen has to break down into gelatin. Fibers have to loosen until the meat becomes easier to pull apart. In a regular stew pot, That transformation can take a long time because boiling water has a temperature limit. In a pressure cooker, the liquid and steam are hotter, so the same changes happen faster. Beans soften more quickly, starches cook and thicken sooner. Fibers in vegetables break down with less waiting. Soups, braises, stews, and tough meats all benefit because they are not only waiting to become hot, they are waiting for their inner structure to change. A pressure cooker does not invent a new process. It accelerates the processes that already happen during cooking by creating a hotter sealed environment. But speed is not the only reason this tool is useful. What makes it more interesting is that it can cook quickly without drying food out. Why it cooks fast without drying food out. In an open pot, steam rises and disappears into the kitchen. That escaping steam carries moisture with it, and sometimes part of the aroma too. If you simmer something for a long time, you may need to add more water or accept that the liquid will slowly reduce. A pressure cooker changes that relationship. The steam that would normally escape is forced to stay inside. Instead of vanishing into the room, it remains in the chamber, condenses on cooler surfaces, and keeps giving heat back to the food. That is, pressure-cooked stews can taste deep and rich while losing far less moisture to the air, and why beans can soften without hours of simmering. Of course, this does not mean a pressure cooker is the best tool for every dish. Some foods need browning, crispness, or gentle control. But for stews, soups, braises, beans, and tough cuts of meat, it is unusually effective. To keep that pressurized world intact, the cooker depends on one small part that is easy to overlook. The small ring that makes the whole system work. For all this pressure to exist, the cooker needs a reliable seal. That is why the rubber gasket or silicone ring in many modern cookers matters so much. It may look small, but without it, the system fails. The ring sits between the lid and body, closing the tiny gap where steam would otherwise escape. If that seal is worn, cracked, misplaced, or dirty, the cooker cannot hold pressure properly. Steam leaks out. The pressure stays too low. Instead of becoming a hotter sealed chamber, the pressure cooker starts acting like a regular pot with a tight lid. The locked lid matters too. As pressure rises, it becomes one of the most important parts of the system. It has to stay firmly in place while steam pushes upward from inside. That is why modern pressure cookers are designed so the lid cannot open while the inside is still pressurized. So the pressure cooker is not built around one magical part. It works because several small pieces cooperate: a strong body, a locked lid, a tight gasket, a pressure regulator, and safety valves. And once the pressure climbs high enough, the cooker needs a controlled way to keep everything within its limit. The hiss is not the danger signal. For many people, the most unsettling part of a pressure cooker is the sound, the hiss, the puff of steam, the rattle of an old stovetop weight moving on top of the lid. It can feel like a warning, but in a properly working cooker, that sound is often the opposite. It is not the sound of the cooker losing control. It is the sound of the cooker controlling itself. Older stovetop models use a weight or regulator that lifts slightly when the pressure reaches its intended level. A little steam escapes, the pressure drops just enough, and the cooker stays within its safe range. Modern electric cookers do the same job more quietly. Sensors monitor pressure and temperature, adjust heat automatically, and some models add backup valves or automatic shutoff systems. The goal is the same: prevent pressure from climbing endlessly. The hiss sounds dramatic because it reminds us that something powerful is happening inside. But the controlled release is what makes that power manageable. Even after the food is cooked, the process is not finished. With a pressure cooker, how the cooking ends matters almost as much as how it begins. Cooking does not end when the heat stops. When the heat turns off, the pressure cooker is not instantly safe to open. Inside, the steam is still compressed, the temperature is high, and the lid is still holding back pressure. The cooker must release pressure before the lid can unlock. One method is natural release. The cooker cools down on its own. As the steam loses heat, it condenses back into water, and the pressure slowly drops. This takes longer, but it works well for soups, braised meats, stews, and foods that benefit from a gentle finish. The other method is quick release. The valve is open so steam rushes out and pressure falls much faster. This helps stop the cooking before delicate foods, like vegetables or pasta, become too soft. So pressure release is not only about safety, it also affects texture. The same cooker can give different results depending on how you let the pressure go. So what has the pressure cooker really done? A small kitchen machine that bends one rule. A pressure cooker is not mysterious because it uses unusual ingredients. It uses the most ordinary ones: water, heat, steam, and a sealed lid. What makes it special is the condition it creates around them. In a normal pot, boiling water is the limit. In a pressure cooker, that limit is lifted. Water gets hotter, steam stays trapped, food softens faster, and moisture remains inside. So a pressure cooker does more than cook quickly. It reminds us that sometimes changing the environment matters more than adding more force. So the next time you hear a pressure cooker hiss, do not think of it as just noise. Think of it as a small kitchen machine quietly changing the rules of boiling. And if this made you look at an everyday tool a little differently, subscribe to Secrets of Simple Things for more stories about the hidden logic behind simple things. And if there is another ordinary object, app, or daily habit you want us to explore next, leave your suggestion in the comments.